Consider this your trigger warning. The following program is strictly satire and is not meant to be taken seriously. So don't get all butthurt, you liberal snowflakes, just because we skewer your sacred cows and expose all your lies and hypocrisy. Truth hurts, and so does satire. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It is the Sunday before Election Tuesday on the Prepared Mind channel. This is the zoo, meaning you are here. We got the preparedmind.club, our flagship website. We've got subscribestar.com, and we've got YouTube all together in one room. Folks, this can be an extremely powerful and motivating broadcast, or we can all just hang our heads and go away and hang it up. Tell you what, I'm in it for the fight. I am in it for the fight. We've got one hell of a fight coming along, and I tell you what, we've got a lot to talk about. But first, I want to say this. I want to start the show off as usual with a smidge of, well, bad humor, I guess. You know, first, they sent the illegals after our dogs and after our cats. And then they sent the cops of New York after a domestic raccoon and a domestic squirrel. And I've got to tell you, we weren't there for the dogs and cats in time. We weren't there for the squirrel and the raccoon. And we need to be there for the beaver. Right? Is anyone left to protect the beavers? They're being shorn for their precious beaver fur. And so now there's a lot of bald beavers out there. They're cold beavers, they're wet beavers, they're hairless beavers. The well-furred beaver is becoming a rare thing in America. So anyways, this is huge, folks. I just had to bring out the beaver. Anyways, the real point is a lot of Americans are waking up to what government does and the secondary and tertiary effects of government policy, government bureaucracy, government overreach, government overstep, constitutional infringements, constitutional destruction. Yes, indeed, folks. We are getting a lot of look at what government does. We have one hell of a fight. And I am primed like a cannon. Now, I'm not going to go off on anything illegal or violent. No. But I will go off with a pack of energy, folks, that is set. I am prepared to go off. It is incredible the amount of enthusiasm for the Trump campaign, for our country, for freedom and liberty, the things we used to talk about. The very first Trump ran, the very first time, what was he doing? He was trying to compete with Hillary Clinton to give away money and to give away government benefits and to make government big again and bigger and even bigger. And I kept saying, well, but what about freedom? What about our liberties? What about America? What about our culture, our laws, our tradition? What about us, the people? Why is this a fucking money giveaway? Well, Trump won by the hair on his chinny chin. And we found out that just giving away money wasn't enough. Trump found out that it's about freedom and liberty and law and order, our Constitution, our rights, etc. He found out you can't just go in there and pull the plug and drain the swamp. You need a fucking wood chipper to put these criminals in and deal with them properly. And ever since then, the Democrats realized this Trump guy ain't going away. America's not going away. None of us are going away. We're here to fight, brother. Right? That's kind of I just got my macho man Hulk Hogan Savage on there. We're here to fight. We're going to break them. Ugh. Anyways, yeah, that's what they found out. We found out we're in this. We're either going to win it or we're going to lose it. And it's going to be a big, shall we say, confrontation. Veterans have woken up across the country. Americans, patriots, sportsmen, taxpayers, housewives. Oh, you bet. You bet. Now, I'm going to let you guys run the show. This is your show. It always is. They did daylight savings time. I fucking hate daylight savings time, the changes. I tell you what, share the internet address right up there. Get people on the show and watching. They need to hear what we're going to talk about, because you guys are well aware of what's going on out there. You hit that super chat button right up there, and guess what? You'll get your question on here. I'll make you famous. And my job right now is to get people off their asses and make sure they vote. That's your job, is to make sure people go vote. That's the single most important thing we can do right now. Oh yeah, you better have food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine. You better have your means of self-defense. But get people off their fucking asses and go vote. That is the only way we're going to defeat these fucking scumbag, cheating, liberal bastards. And that's what they are. And they're doing it, and doing it happily. I've got to say, over the weekend, I heard lots of complaints about cheating, and I heard that Lara Trump, who's in charge of the Republican National Committee, the RNC, the Republican Party, got shit stopped, turned around, and fixed. But it's not enough. We can't rely on a few lawyers. We can't rely on a few politicians. We can't rely on them. We have to make this big. The number 1 state, Pennsylvania. The number 2 state, Georgia. The number 3 state, Nevada. Then Arizona. If we can, Wisconsin, Minnesota. We have to stomp them into the ground. And trust me, the flaggots, that's right, the homosexuals are out voting for Trump. You know why? Because they're gay, not retarded. And they are going to vote for Trump because they want a country that's safe. A country that's safe for them. From illegals, overtaxation, violation of rights. I think they might have figured it out. That's right. I think they might have figured it out. That once Hitler got into office, guess what? He rounded up the flaggots as well as the Jews. They think that Kamala is going to save them. No, they know better. The blacks have had enough. They're off the fucking plantation, folks. At first, it was black men. I've never seen more videos of black women conservatives than ones who put on garbage bags to go vote. A black lady sitting in a coffee shop getting yelled at by a white, angry, off the hook, needs more freaking antidepressant medication, liberal women. I mean, we're supposed to talk about arrogance for some old white liberal bitch to lecture a black woman about who she should be voting for. Unfucking believable. Asians, Koreans, Japanese. Hold fucking rallies in Seattle, of all places. If I went to Seattle, I'd be on my fucking guard. I'd be watching my 6. I'd be watching my 3 and my 9. But Koreans standing out on a corner with Trump signs, Trump hats, fucking screaming, go vote. And this is in Washington, which is as big of a basket case as California, Illinois, and New York. Washington and Oregon are not friendly to the Constitution and conservatives. But they're out there, folks. Huntington Beach, California, looks like Trump's hometown. And the liberals are losing their shit. They truly are. Now, I've taken the first 10 minutes of the show to do my intro, but I want to turn the show over to you guys. I want to know what's on your mind. Look, I've been busting my ass, house chores, getting ready, stocking up on ammo, making sure the food is all lined up properly. I already voted. Oh, I voted. You guys saw it. Wore my Trump hat, wore my Marine Corps recon shirt just to say hi. We know all about you fucking weirdos, right? Did my job. I voted. I want you to make sure everyone you know votes as well. And this Thanksgiving is going to be ugly if we're not embroiled in a partisan war that they're going to call a civil war, but it's going to be a partisan war. Can you imagine the discussions at your family's table? Imagine having Tim Walz as a member of your family, and he's the only freaking liberal scumbag. Oh, it's going to be fucking great. It's going to be amazing. If not just absolutely deadly and horrifying. All right, folks, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this. Vote Trump. Dump Kamala with the rest of the garbage. And you and me, we're not the garbage. They're the fucking garbage. They know it. I'm not angry, folks. I'm enthusiastic. I'm not mad. I'm mad as a hatter. I tell you what, let's do it. We need all the views we can get. We need everyone waking up. We need everyone to vote. Let's do it. Let's start the show off. And as usual, I love to start the show off with Darcy T and Chin Music. They do every week. And I can't tell you how happy I am that they support this channel, Jolene, and what Uman and I, what we all do. So Darcy T did a $50 super chat donation. $50 or more buys me a Glenlivet 15-year scotch to get me. Well, I'm already primed. Powder's already in there. It's already been ripped, right? But here we go. Shot number one. Woo! To get me fired up. Get me fired up even more. Darcy says this. She says, actually, I have no question for tonight's zoo. Just a reminder that even if you're not inclined to vote for either presidential candidate, there are other important seats and propositions that need to be voted on, even if they are at the local or state level. So please, everyone, don't waste your vote. Get out there and make your voice heard. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Trump. What's killing me, what's cracking me up, which is making me laugh and making me very happy, is there's so many people saying, I'm going to hold my nose. And this is a personality test. I don't like his person. We're not voting for fucking personalities. We're not. People don't like me. I don't care. It's not about my personality. It's about the fucking message, the veracity, the truth, the facts, the message. We need to vote. Right now, I understand Darcy T is a very nice lady. She's saying, look, you may not like these guys, but go vote. There's other stuff to vote on. Yeah, that's important. We have Congress to maintain and increase the level. The Senate, the U.S. Senate is huge. To take that away from the Democrats and have Trump in the White House, Republican Senate. Holy shit. That's some strong stuff. All right. The Republican Senate and Republican House of Representatives. Right now, we are poised to make some massive, massive, massive changes at the federal level and take our republic back from these Democrats who are pushing for what they're calling democracy, but actually it starts with a B, a bureaucracy. The deep state bureaucracy is what they want to control you and me. Now get this. RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a freaking Kennedy, has had enough of this anti-American shit, and he has joined Trump. He wants to take over health, pharmacies, and food. Beautiful, right? Because that's what he's passionate about. That's what he knows, and that's his job, right? Elon Musk, right? Government reform on spending. He went in and he cut, 70, 80% of Twitter staff. Twitter is now X. He cut them 80%, and they're operating better than ever. We can cut government. Just chainsaw it like Javier Milei of Argentina did. Cut bureaucracy. And now they brought on board, and he says, yeah, I kind of like the idea of that. Ron Paul. That's right. Presidential candidate, former Congressman Ron Paul. Right. He did very well in 2008, ended up getting screwed out of it. But libertarians love Ron Paul. They love him. He was the one pushing for gold to get rid of the Federal Reserve. Well, first we need to audit them and then get rid of the Federal Reserve. Audit the gold and get our money system back. Judy Shelton is out there. If you don't know who she is all about gold. All about the gold bar. So heavy. So heavy. That's a paper gold bar. Anyways, she's an advocate for gold-backed money. How about zero inflation? Right? We suffered what over the last 4 years? Fucking fuel has doubled, food has doubled and tripled, everything has gone through the roof, rent has doubled, property, everything, taxes, huge, right? It's huge. But with gold, guess what the inflation rate is? It's not 2%, 10%, 20%. It's 0%. A big fat zero, because 1 ounce of gold equals so many dollars, and that's it. That's it. Everything else is real economics, real capitalism, supply and demand, not bankers, not interest rates, not lies, not slush funds, not throwing money around. The Trump administration is being set up to take this country back, and having a Republican House of Representatives and a Republican Senate will help a Republican president who understands now it's about our liberties and rights. I think we can do this. Thank you, Darcy T. It's not just about Trump, it's about everything. This is the everything election. Let's get it on. And now I'd like to move on to Chin Music if I can. He did a 53.08. That's right, $50 plus a 308 super chat donation. And that means, and I know Jolene is trying to fit Chin's comments into the chat, and there we go. First off, I want to get another delicious shot of single malt Glenlivet. A lot of people think I drink not enough. I'm telling you, folks, I drink all I can. But I'll tell you what, Chin Music, here's to you, brother. I got a surprise coming for you. You hold on. Give me a few more weeks. Let's get through this fucking election. I got a surprise for you. Semper Fi, brother. Glad you're trained up on your guns. I did some more training today. In fact, spent some time with Lily and a certain 357 Magnum, and we're on target. Woo! All right. Chin Music says, if we lose, it will be because of two things: cheating and liberal white women. One I know posted that she voted to, quote, protect her daughter's future bodily autonomy. I called her out for pushing the Jim Jones juice and reminded her my bodily autonomy was no concern for her 2 short years ago. I also told her that my daughter is walking around strapped, meaning armed, strapped, because Tren de Aragua, that is Venezuelan gangs, very organized, very illegal, very mafia, in a very negative way. Tren de Aragua is 2 miles from her apartment, and they've already killed a San Antonio Police Department officer. I told her I would hold her responsible. That would be the lady that thinks she should vote for Kamala, this acquaintance of Chin's. I told her I would hold her responsible if my daughter gets assaulted or killed by one of these shit stains, and that her decision was not only short-sighted and stupid, but selfish. Her daughter won't have to worry about women's rights when the commies get complete control. She will have no rights. No rights. She will get an abortion when they tell her to get an abortion. She will have to keep that baby if they tell her to keep that baby. She'll have no rights and no say in anything if these socialist, fascist, communists win. Continuing with Chin Music, he says, she hit barbecued in the comment section after I marinate her. I am so sick of other people's stupidity harming our lives. Woo! Okay, man, give me the thumbs up if that's it for Chin on this one. Okay, you thumbs up it is. All right. Now listen, folks. This is incredible. This is where I see this going. This is a perfect example of the frustrations that we feel as Americans, as other people and their right to vote is infringing on our constitutional republic. You see, they're not going after, right, things that are democracy. They're voting for things that destroy our republic. So let's just say that 20% of our Constitution can't be changed very easily or not at all because they'll never get the votes to do it. The other percentage is up for grabs, can be voted up or down, just regular stuff. Right? The federal government is charged with protecting the border. That's their duty. But apparently we as Americans can't force them to do their fucking job, even though they've taken an oath. Oh, by the way, did anyone see the picture? When Kamala Harris went to be sworn in, she set her purse on top of the Bible and placed her hand on the purse and then swore this oath. She didn't dare touch the Bible. A lot of people say it's because she's a satanic bitch. I don't know what the deal is there. I don't like it, though. These people are sworn enemies of this country, and then they pretend to swear an oath to defend it. I am going to hold everyone I can responsible if bad things happen. Like you, Chin, I've got 2 sons. I've got a grandson now. I've got other family members. I've got friends, and I've got you, right? The rest of America, my extended family, because we share a history, a culture, and a love of country that can't be matched anywhere else on this fucking planet. And we've been having cancer grow amongst us. Cancer. A cancer has been growing in this country long before Kamala, long before Obama, long before, long time before even FDR. That cancer is this concept called communism. And it finally took root with the hippies in the 60s, and it has grown and spread. And here we are. Almost half of America is out of their fucking mind crazy, and they don't love this country anymore. They hate this country, and they want to destroy it. They want to destroy children. They want to destroy the military. You should hear the lies and bullshit Kamala says about she's going to protect the military and Trump is going to destroy it. All she's interested in is the military-industrial complex, going and fighting wars, spending money to enrich her supporters so that she gets kickbacks. This is all about money and their willingness to sacrifice human lives. Sacrifice human lives. That's what these people are all about. Absolutely all about. There's nothing else they have or want. That's it. Now, everybody, Heidi has sent in a $50 super chat donation via CashApp. There's Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and the preparedmind.club down below. Thank you very much, Heidi. She says $50 Happy Veterans Day. Every day is Veterans Day in the Prepared Mind house. Yes, folks, veterans are pissed. Sportsmen are pissed. Patriots are pissed. Boomers are pissed. Xers are pissed. A lot of millennials and even Gen Z are pissed off because of the idiots out there. The absolute idiots. Thank you, Heidi. You get a question up there. Uman will find it. Jolene will find it. And then make sure you get your question on the channel for the show. We're over 300 people live right now. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and then share the internet address. Let's wake people up. Once again, the number one purpose and point of this particular show is to get people out to vote. Because I know that if you are here watching, most of the people in your life are Republicans. Most of the people in your life are libertarian. They want freedom and liberty. They may not like Trump. Hold your fucking nose, be a grown-up, and go vote for freedom and liberty. Because if you don't protect your liberty in this election, if you don't fight for freedom by voting, you're going to fight for your fucking life on the streets. That's a promise. The Democrats are here to steal our liberties. They're not even fucking hiding it anymore. They're cheating in the open. Even the threat of going to jail is not serving as a proper deterrent for these people, because they know, they believe that the local district attorney, the local judge will let them off the hook for their fucking cheating. It is a federal crime to cheat. It should not be tried by a local prosecutor. It should be tried on the federal level. These people should be locked up in massive, massive jails. Let's see how they like the idea of a massive roundup of criminals. Folks, you and me, we're not committing any crimes. They are the ones committing the fucking crimes, but they want you to feel like you're the bad guy, right? Like you're the racist, you're the this, you're the that, you're the dangerous one, you're the terrorist, you're the threat. I don't care about democracy. I care about our republic, and that's what this fight is for. All right, let's do it. Who's up? I want to give the show over to you guys. I know I'm going to rant a lot. So who's up next? Who do we got, Jolene? It is Robin G with a $50 super chat donation. And you know what that means? I get another scotch, another 15-year single malt Scotch whiskey from my favorite distillery. Well, I got two of them, actually. Glenlivet and Glenfiddich over in jolly old Scotland. There we have it. I tell you what, Robin G, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this one. We've got one hell of a week coming up, folks. I hope you're prepared. I am. I'm prepared for anything at this point. Down the hatch, salut. God bless America, and Semper Fi. Like mother's milk. Woo! All righty. Robin says, day before, they were putting up spiked fencing around the White House compound. Gnarly spiked. Why do they feel the need now? Well, because walls and fences aren't racist when you're a Democrat. Yeah, let's see. In Washington, D.C., they're boarding up stores, they're boarding up buildings, they're boarding up businesses, everything. Same with every major city around the country, because they know there's going to be violence. Violence that includes beating up people, attacking cops, burning businesses, looting businesses. Every business in a major city in America should be prepared. If I owned a business on Main Street, on any street, in a mall, at a strip mall, I would take all my inventory and go put it in a warehouse, in a mini storage. I'd take all my inventory off the shelves and just close the fucking store for a whole week. And after a week, decide if I was going to open it. I hadn't given that a thought until your question came up, right? Why do they feel the need now? The government? Because they know what they're doing. They need to protect themselves. Remember, the United States government under Kamala Harris is planning for what they termed a mass casualty event. There is a giant black swan circling over all of our heads right now, waiting to crap on us. Mass casualty event. They've got the National Guard is already being deployed days ahead of the election. They've been put on notice, told that they're going to be out there. And it's not you and me. It's not the Republicans that are going to get violent. It's Antifa, it's BLM, it's Hamas, it is the pro-Palestinians, it is the terrorist organizations. All of these anti-American organizations in this country, the illegals, the gangs from Central and South America, they're the ones who are going to be told, do your worst. These scumbags from African nations, these anti-American scumbags, it is going to look and feel and smell like the purge if things get out of hand. That's why you need to protect yourselves, protect your bunker, your home, your shelter. You need to protect your neighborhood, which includes your neighbors. Know who your fucking neighbors are. Know who your neighbors are. And we'll get to that. I'm going to get to that here in a second now. protect your neighborhoods, and then protect your larger communities. The more areas you have that are protected in your area, where you're protecting the people and the businesses, you're providing safety and security, the bigger and more influential you can be, right? Because the police are going to be busy fighting their own fights. And if I remember 2020 correctly, the line I heard was, "You're on your own. You're on your own. So get ready, get prepared to be organized." It's coming. Now, yeah, know your neighborhood, folks. Get this. People are getting letters, postcards in the mail. These people have Kamala Harris signs in their yard. And guess what? They're getting not threatening letters and postcards. They're getting letters thanking them, because they are being told, thank you for volunteering, because you are going to house migrant families. And they give them the name of the family, what country they're from, how many of them there are, and when to expect them. And it's a joke, and it's causing them to lose their shit and panic. It's like, hey, you want to vote for Kamala Harris? You get to house the illegal immigrants that she's brought into the country. You get to have them in your house, in your bedrooms, in your kitchen, in your living rooms. And it's funny as fuck, because they now get to feel unsafe the way we as Americans have felt unsafe, knowing these illegals are in our fucking cities, in our counties, in our states, hiding under rocks, under bridges, waiting for their chance, while others are in the best hotels, eating the best food, dressing in the nicest clothes. While our homeless in America, our veterans, both homeless and not homeless, are being ignored by our government. People who have been destroyed in these disasters, like Hurricane Helene, that went up and didn't just tear up Florida, but tore up South Carolina, North Carolina, and eastern Tennessee, ripped through Georgia. They don't have any fucking money for them, but they got money for these illegals, and they got money for Ukraine. Another, $400-500 million that they just magically pulled out their asses and said, you, the taxpayer, are going to give. Right? So here we are, right? Back to Robin G. The day before, they put up spiked fencing around the White House. Remember when Nancy Pelosi put fencing up around the White House? She put fencing up around her house too, didn't she? Yes, she did. Questions right up there. Hit that super chat button. I know you've got a lot to talk about. This election coming up is for our lives, our families, and to protect our individual and our national fortune. The same way they fought, folks, when they signed the Declaration of Independence. This little book, this skinny little book, has both the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence. It's not a lot, but it's all we need. Freedom and liberty, folks. Freedom and liberty. Let us move on. We're half an hour in. We're going 2 hours tonight, unless you guys want to go late. I'll stay here as long as you want to talk. Jolene, who's up next on the Prepared Mind channel? And it's Heidi. And she says, nope, my birthday is on Veterans Day. Celebrate with me. All right, celebrate it is. That was a $50 super chat donation into the Cash App account. And Heidi, tell you what, happy birthday. That is one heck of a birthday to have, Veterans Day. Folks, veterans, men and women who have gone on to serve in the military, willing to sacrifice their lives. Active duty and non-active duty veterans signed up, went through basic training, and fought for this country for hundreds of years now. And the only people that hate them are the Democrats. The rest of us respect, love, and admire. So yes, happy Veterans Day to everyone. Happy birthday to you, Heidi. And down the hatch, salut, semper fi. Woo! That one felt like 2 shots, I'll tell you that. That was very smooth, very smooth. There's just scotch. I'm telling you, scotch was actually the very first thing I ever drank at a party to get drunk in high school, scotch. I kept thinking, why does this taste like wood? I think it was Cutty Sark, not really a great scotch. But I was like, this tastes like wood, tastes like shit. How times have changed. All right, Heidi, thank you so much for that. I'm glad that these Democrats are getting a feeling of, well, unsafety because they're getting cards telling them, yeah, you got a great family coming. This is their name. It's the Rodriguezes from Nicaragua. There'll be 5 of them. Don't worry, they can all live in the same bedroom. Good stuff. Jolene, I know we've got super chats out there. I can sense it. I can feel it. I know they're there. And it's Dan, the man, Erickson, back. Dan is here every single week, and he has a lot to say. Now, get this. He says, if Trump wins, and I believe he will. Now, I agree with you, Dan. I'm stopping right there. Trump is going to win this. Trump is going to win this big. Is the cheat going to be even bigger? Are we going to go to bed Tuesday night thinking we won? Wake up Wednesday morning and hear, oh, no, it's going to be very close in a few key states, right? Or, right, who knows? But I know Trump is going to win. He won last time, and he's going to win, and I believe he's going to win big enough to make the vote not even contestable. Anyways, back to Dan. Like I said, I've got a lot of fucking opinions, folks. I've had it. I'm pissed off. I want everyone out voting, and then go get other people and drag them to the fucking voting booths and tell them vote Trump for freedom and liberty or their ass is grass. Now, Dan says, if Trump wins, and I believe he will, the left are going to lose their minds. Oh, they're losing their minds already. Fucking old white women, chin music, pay attention, old white women pulling signs up out of people's yards. Old white women attacking people with Trump flags and Trump stickers on their vehicles. Old white women attacking black women in coffee shops. Old white women. They're the worst. And then the low T men for Kamala Harris. Those fruitcakes are out there attacking people, cussing at them. Oh, some girl was wearing Make America Great Again shoes, some sort of bling ass Trump shoes, and she got threatened, told she deserved to be raped by one of these low T fucking LGBTQ queers is what they are. Anyways, I'm fucking riled up. I'm riled up. I've been holding it all weekend. Dan Erickson continues. Also, every squirrel in my raccoon. I'm sorry. The scotch. Every squirrel and raccoon in my neighborhood is voting for Trump. Indeed. Including all the beavers. The beavers are scared. They're next. They can feel it. They know it's coming. The beavers are next. They're already endangered. When was the last time you saw a big hairy beaver? It's been years for me since I saw a big hairy beaver. And yeah, squirrels, raccoons, beavers, name it. The cats, the dog. You know what's killing the even get this fucking PETA. If I'm not incorrect, PETA is endorsing Trump. That may have been a joke. I'm pretty sure it was real, but perhaps they are, because Trump, he actually signed a law when he was president the first time to protect animals and to make animal cruelty and torture a federal offense. The beaver agreed. Yes. Beavers don't really speak English. I've never heard a beaver talk in my life. Anyways, the beaver. We have a lot in common with the beavers. Yes, we do. You can tell, and I've had too much scotch already. Anyways, very serious business, folks. Trump. No one would have ever guessed that President Donald J. Trump would be associated with compassion, love, and kindness for living things. Cute little fuzzy living things. Well, he does, and he is. And thank you, Dan, for bringing that up once again. Yes, it's getting people's attention. They're waking up. They're seeing stuff all over the internet, social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, videos everywhere about Trump rescuing small, fuzzy, cute animals. They're like, what is going on? The cats and the dogs, they're eating the pets. right? They're killing the squirrels. They're killing the raccoons. They're shaving the beavers down, right? Yeah. It's time to save. Share the internet address. If you haven't done it, hit the thumbs up. We need people to wake up, get off their asses. Keyboard warriors, put the keyboard down tomorrow or Tuesday. Put the keyboard down and go vote in person. It's just as fun. I promise you. I promise you, voting is just like writing something on social media. You're filling out some bubbles like, yeah, take that. We need a Republican president that loves this country. We've got Trump, right? God, right, selected the guy we need to get in there and fight, right? Fight. That's what we got. We got a fighter. We need a fighter. We got a fighter. Okay. We need a Republican Senate. We need a Republican House of Representatives, and we can have it all. And this time, no wasting time, no fucking around, right? Trump has put out the policies, and I agree with them. Cut income tax altogether. Go to a tariff tax. Fine. I can choose when I want to participate in the tax system. If I go to buy something, I know I'm going to pay a higher price because it's got a tariff. But I'm not going to pay income taxes. No. Instead of an $800 paycheck, I'll get $1,200. Holy shit. Who wouldn't want that? Every other week you get a paycheck, you're like, damn. How am I supposed to live on that? You'll get more because it's yours. And then you decide when you want to be taxed by buying stuff, right? Cut the taxes. Cut bureaucracy. Make these, okay, we got all these farm jobs supposedly that the illegals want. No. You guys go back to your country. We got a bunch of ex-bureaucrats in Washington that need to get out and start picking lettuce and tomatoes and working on the farms, baling hay, driving tractors. You bet. All right, enough of my bullshit. Let's get to more of what you guys want to talk about. It's your show. Hit that super chat button up there. Your show, your comments, your thoughts. Who's up next? And Jolene, man, who dat? Who's? It's Inigo Montoya with a $4.99 super chat button and his comment here. Right? Super chat button up there. Your thoughts here. Tuesday, the biggest election day this country has ever seen, bar none. Period. The Civil War ain't got nothing on what is coming. Because at least with the Civil War, you knew where the problems were. Our problem is in every town, every city, every state, every neighborhood. We're surrounded by the enemy that hates you, your culture, your law, your country. And they've invited in millions, not dozens, not hundreds, not thousands. They've been invited in millions of people who are here to steal from us and destroy this country. Not to mention Kamala and Biden pissing off Russia and China and inviting World War III and nuclear weapons. Now, Inigo Montoya, you hit the super chat button up here, and now you're right here. And he has to say this. If you're here and not voting Trump, please say so. We know you're a Fed. In the comments, give it a thumbs up. That means Trump, right? But if you're here and you're not voting Trump, what the fuck are you doing here? Right? You don't have to love Trump. You're not being told to worship Trump. You're being asked to vote for Trump, to protect this country. We have a duty. We have a right. We have a duty. A right and a duty to throw off government. In fact, let me fucking read that right now. I believe it's page 59. 59. I may need these things called glasses. Trust me, folks, glasses are for up close. I don't need them for going down range, if you know what I have to say about that. Here we are. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, meaning to tyrannize us, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism. That means us, reducing us to slaves. It is their right, our right. It is their duty, our duty, to throw off such government and to provide new guards for our future security. There's two ways that can happen. There's two ways that can happen. That scotch is already worn off, I tell you. There's two ways we can throw off the government that is obsessed with destroying our country. We can vote them out, or we can end up in a violent confrontation. I don't want violence. It doesn't matter that I was a Marine. I don't want the violence. I don't want that to happen. It is the enemy of this country, the enemy of us, the people, and the enemy of our Constitution, the sworn enemy. They are the ones who are pushing to destroy this country, to steal what is ours, and to claim it as their own, and then claim us as their slaves. That is why it is coming to this point in time, this Tuesday, November 5th, Election Day, why you should be voting Trump, not because you love him or worship him or even admire him, but because he is for this country. That is why the gays are coming around, the blacks, the Hispanics, the independents, the libertarians, and a lot of Democrats are even flipping over. So where are all these fucking votes coming from for the Democrats? Oh, by the way, 100% bullshit is coming out of the mainstream media. 100%. Like the feds, the mainstream media are full of shit, and they're out there lying and putting their poison out, saying that, Trump had a 10-point lead, but now Kamala's taken the lead. I'm saying, are you fucking minds? No, it's a lie. It's propaganda, and it's meant to discourage and dissuade people from going and voting for Trump because they think, well, it's over, right? They've either cheated or they voted so much. You don't get a 10-point fucking swing over a weekend when Trump has done nothing wrong. There is no October surprise. There is no, we didn't know that about Trump. He's been out there for over 8 years getting shit on. They've got nothing. And he has been hitting it out of the park every single day. Not to mention Kamala word salading everything, lying and cheating. Did you know that in fucking Minnesota and Wisconsin, she is for the Palestinians, while in other states, she's for Israel. She is lying and saying anything and everything she needs to get elected. That's all she's about. There are Democrats out there who are saying that. There's Democrat politicians saying she'll say anything it takes to get elected. She'll lie about everything and anything because that's what she does. Folks, this is your show, Sunday Night Live. We need to vote Trump and dump Kamala. Put her in the back of that garbage truck and take it to the landfill. Or better yet, take it to the recycling and just put it in a grinder and recycle that trash. All of her propaganda, not her as a human. Oh, no, I wouldn't want to do that. Right? I'm not asking anyone to commit a crime. I'm asking you to go vote. Now, it is your show. It's Sunday Night Live. Jolene, who's up next? We've got Dan the Man Erickson with a $5 super chat donation. He says, the first vote I ever cast was in 1980 for Ronald Reagan. Ronald Wilson Reagan, folks. I remember as a kid, he's got 6 letters in all of his names. Ronald Wilson Reagan. And I was told he's the Antichrist and he's going to start a nuclear war with Russia. No, he didn't. In fact, under Ronald Reagan, America was reborn. That's happening right now with Trump. It's happening right now with Trump. I was now, Dan, you were 19. I was 10. I couldn't vote. But I felt the country change. I felt proud as a 10-year-old boy. I felt different about America when Reagan stood there and talked about the greatness. America being a shining city on a hill, a beacon of freedom and liberty for the world. It made sense to me as a kid. And here now we have Trump doing the same things, standing up for America, speaking great about America, talking about loving one's country, how we've come so far and gotten so much better, but we have this cancer now that's trying to kill it all. Absolutely crazy. Dan, you are the man. Thank you very much. And tell you what, I voted. I love this country. I love America. I love our laws. I don't believe America is racist. I believe there are racists in America, and they hate this country and they hate us. And I'm proud to see people from all walks of life, all social structures, including the Amish. The Amish have come out, wagons ablazing and going and voting for Trump. The Amish, who have not participated in the electoral system ever, are voting. That's how strongly they feel and how threatened they feel. They feel threatened by the Democrats, by Kamala Harris. Their farms are being raided. Their farms are being shut down. They're told they have to get vaccinated. They're told their kids got to go to government schools. Everything. They know that they're over if they lose, if we lose, if Trump loses. So the Amish are voting. And it is a beautiful thing to see so many Americans from the ghettos, folks, people who were screwed over by the educational system that taught them to hate America and to hate jobs and that you're losers, you're inner city. No, they're waking up. They're waking up. When you see people in the ghetto wearing Make America Again, Great Again hats, talking about Trump, fixing the country, making it better, making their lives better again. Everyone has felt the economy go down and it's affecting their wallets, affecting their ability to live. And all these rich fucking Democrats out here, millionaires running for office, pretending to understand how hard it is. When you go to the store and you get a shopping cart full of food, and instead of it being $200 for the month, it's $800 fucking bucks for the month. Crazy business. Dan, thank you very much. God bless you, man. I tell you what, we've got our fucking hands full, and I hope everyone's prepared. I know it. I know we're all prepared. Get everyone else. Share that internet address. Thumbs up this video. We need to get the word out. The word is go vote. You've had all these years with me to get prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Go to thepreparedmind.club for that. Go to your voting district, your ballot location, and get into the game. This is our chance. Your vote destroys the cheating. That's what we need to realize. Our vote is canceling evil. Period. I don't think that's too strong and too harsh a word. When the Democrats are out there, they have a convention, and what do they bring? A fucking abortion van. An abortion van. Now, I listened to a guy, one of these street crusaders. He's a crusader Republican. He's talking to people on the street, and he says, "Hey, if you kill a pregnant woman and the baby, you should get charged with 2 murders, right?" And they're like, yeah, 2. That's 2 murders. Well, what if the husband kills his pregnant wife? Oh, he should be charged with 2 murders too. Yes. Well, what happens if the guy laid out 4 different scenarios where the baby gets killed, right? The husband doesn't want the baby and the wife does, and so he kills him, right? That's murder. Well, why? What about when the woman wants to kill the baby? And they're like, yeah. Why is that okay? Why is that not murder? After every other instance of the baby being killed, it was murder. And it should be an additional murder charge. Every last Democrat went down that road and then went, it's not your body, your choice. It's your body and your responsibility. The same way a parent who does something bad to their child, they're now a criminal and they get prosecuted for it. Your job is to protect and raise that child. Crazy, folks. Crazy. Republicans, conservatives, traditional, good people, they understand. These Democrats don't. They're sick in the fucking head. They're sick in the head, folks. We need to get them out of power, and there needs to be a serious rebirth in this country of decency. Decency. I'm not saying become a bunch of crazed ass, ridiculous moral freaks, but we need to fix the problems. And I think we all know what they are. And we're going to find out after Tuesday when cities start burning. We're going to find out. Jolene, who's up next on the Prepared Mind channel? Your guys' questions, comments, thoughts, and good golly, it's JC1701. It's my good friend John. And by the way, well, I got you right here. www.cafecoffee.com for us deplorables, right? Good coffee. You know what? It's just great coffee. Drink it, get it, good. Anyways, there it is right there. This is the link to get your Prepared Mind coffee from them. Cafefe. It is the good stuff. It really is. Every morning I wake up with a cup of that. Every morning. Sometimes two. Anyways, let's get back to his super chat. It was a $50 one. And John, thank you very much. I pray everything is well with you up north. I know you're further north than I am, down here in the great Free Republic of Florida. And I am going to have, at your request, a 15-year Scotch. Semper Fi. Thank you very much for all you do for me, for us, for America, for freedom, and for decency. Woo! Mother's milk. Oh, mama. All right. He says, John, I've never seen anyone as fluent in Beaver as you are here. One could say you are a master debater and a cunning linguist. You are a great American, sir. John, I got to tell you, I am one of the biggest fans of Beaver you will ever meet. Yep, I truly am. I love Beaver. I do. I've enjoyed beavers. This beaver actually kind of reminds me of the gopher of at Caddyshack. But yeah, the beaver joke notwithstanding, right? The way the Democrats feel is incredible. They feel it's okay. I mean, I got to tell you, the lady that turned in Peanut the squirrel, and they killed also Fred the raccoon. They're gleeful about it. They're happy about it. They are bragging. And if you've got a hair lip, it is very difficult. Very difficult to speak. Yeah, they're gleeful. They're happy. They were bragging about it. And that lady that got Peanut killed, Peanut the squirrel, he wasn't a wild animal. He was an orphaned infant squirrel that was raised and he matured and he is domesticated. Right? She bragged about it. Now her name is out. Her location is out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Her life is over. And it should be. And all the other Democrats that were like, you know what? We Americans, we picked up on this. They're eating the pets. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. And it actually became a Trump meme. Right? It wasn't save the cats and dogs as much it was we need to get these fucking illegals out of here because they're eating our cats and dogs. Right? If you want meat, go to the store and there's pork and chicken and turkey and beef and fish and crabs and shrimps. There's all kinds of proteins. They call them proteins now, not meat. It's meat. Damn it, I eat meat. Anyways, the idea is protecting America will protect our animals. We should. Animals are great. I love kitty cats. I love pussy cats. I love beaver. I really do. It's good, right? But that was it. So every animal meme now, Democrats look and see as a MAGA, Make America Great Again meme. There was some crazed, lunatic, white liberal bitch who called Peanut a MAGA squirrel. He's not a MAGA squirrel. There was nothing political about Peanut, the man and his wife. In fact, they showed up and they threatened to deport her. That's his wife. She's basically here. He married her. That's his wife. You don't get to deport someone who's a fucking American now. In any event, they threatened her. Right? They treated them like they were drug dealers, like they were scum criminals, because they had Peanut the fucking squirrel, and they used the proceeds that Peanut raised as a superstar on the internet to help rescue animals. They're animal lovers. They're not Trump lovers and Trump supporters, though they may be now. But we have found and discovered that liberals hate everyone, even little cute fuzzy animals. Unfucking believable. I am, by the way, a master debater, and I am a very cunning linguist. I certainly am. I will debate anyone, anytime, over anything. I may not win every time, but I will certainly make my fucking point loud and clear, just like you guys do. John, thank you again for your great, great support. And thank you again for turning us on to some great, great coffee by our friends at cafefe.com. Patriot coffee. They're very patriotic. If they support this show, you know they love America. Because if they hated this show, they wouldn't send me a fucking ounce of coffee one. They'd probably poison me. That would be a bad day. Holy shit. Yeah. In fact, a coffee shop, I think, poisoned me the other day. I think they did. I think they put a bunch of laxative in my coffee because I love coffee. And my office said, let's go down to the coffee shop down there. And we'll get everyone a cup of coffee and celebrate, getting through this mess. And we went down there and, well, golly, Sarge, it was quite a shit show after that. Anyways, good stuff. Folks, share the internet address. Wake people up. The message of this show is you should have been prepared by now, and you better be prepared because, folks, it is time to vote and get on with what is coming to this country. It is time to get it on. Jolene, man, who's up next? And it's my good friend, may as well be a sister to me, Nancy Keg, with a $10 super chat donation. And she says, Trump wins. What would they try to do to him besides bang, bang? Do you believe is very possible? Nancy, anything is possible. I'm shocked they have not tried to shoot him again. And very well they may have. And they may have been captured. They may have been arrested. They may have avoided it. I know that Trump has real security that he's paid for, in addition to the Secret Service people. And I don't know if he sits them down and says, look, if you don't like me, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what he says with them. But I don't, I believe they're going to come after him before the election, after the election, before he's inaugurated, even during the inauguration. They could make a huge example out of Trump. But if they do, they have created a martyr. A martyr. If they kill Trump now, I believe America will say, you know what? Fuck it. It is time to get it on. If they will kill Trump, they will kill us. They will kill all of us. If they're willing to kill Trump, they'll kill all of us. What they did to JFK, John F. Kennedy, the president, what they did there was they told politicians, you will obey us, the CIA, the FBI, the military-industrial complex, the banking cartel. You will obey all of them, or this is what happens to you politicians. That's what that was about. That message was to politicians. You will obey the big money and the deep state, even though it wasn't called the deep state then. Now, right? If they kill Trump, it's not to tell politicians to obey, it's to tell me and you to obey them, to bend the knee, to kiss their shoes. Well, they can kiss my ass. It ain't happening. Right? It's no way to live. You cannot live on your knees. That is not living. You stand on your feet like a human freaking being. Anything is possible, Nancy. We could see some wild, incredible new things. Once this election is over, the whole world could change and likely will. That's not a threat. I'm not trying to scare anyone. Whether Trump wins or wins big, I think we're going to see some massive changes to not only the United States of America, but indeed the entire world. Europe is waking up, folks. Europe is waking up, saying we've had enough of this shit. In France, in Italy, in England, they're getting rid of the scum. They're voting in people like you and me that want freedom and liberty. And the United States can again serve as that shining beacon on a hill for the rest of the world to see and go, we want to be free like them. And they'll fight for it. Thank you, Nancy, very much for the great support. You're here every week, and we love it. You're even here during the week on the preparedmind.club and subscribestar.com, where we're live every single day. All right, Jolene, man, we passed the 1 hour mark. We're going to the 2. We'll put in the overtime if need be. It is time to vote for Trump. Tuesday is election day, the most important election this country has ever seen, period. Bar none. Bar none. The Declaration of Independence was written by statesmen who were appointed and elected. This election is our statement to Washington and what we, the people, want. This is our statement. Jolene Uman, who is next? And we got Boomer out of Canada with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Boomer. He says, hey, everything is on the line when it comes to the climate agenda being enforced, digital currency, and a World War III, meaning the end of the free world. Everything is on the line this Tuesday. That's why you must go vote and vote for freedom. And take everyone you know and tell them to go vote for freedom. Kamala is not giving freedom. She's not offering protection. She's not saying, let's make America great. She's not saying, I'll fix the economy. She's not saying, I'll protect the border. She's lying and saying she wants democracy. No. Climate agenda is a tax. Folks, if taxes fix the climate, then Noah didn't need to build an ark. He just needed to pay more taxes. No, there's nothing about climate tax and climate agenda that is going to fix the economy. It's going to fix the climate. It's going to fix our lives. Nothing. It's just a tax. It's another way to tax us. Digital currency, that's a way to take away your rights, your property, your money, your value, your labor. Your body is yours. The money you get for using your body is yours. The government has no fucking right to take what is yours. There is a way to lawfully tax. And it's very limited and should be for good reason, because the government threatens you with taxes and controls our lives and makes you behave in certain kind of ways to avoid the tax, right? And then World War III, whether it's with rockets and tanks and bombs or nuclear weapons, it is to rebuild, to destroy and rebuild the world the way they want. Their new world order out of the chaos they're creating. And then to control you, punish you. You can't go here. You can't go there. Read Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. And you'll get a taste and a flavor for the control that they want to use in the future, where you are created and put in a specific place, and that's where you live, to serve the mighty. It's crazy, folks. It's absolutely crazy. Boomer, thank you for your continuing great support every single week. I count on you. We all count on you to keep this show going live. This is the Prepared Mind channel. We talk about shit hitting the fan. We talk about how you need to get prepared. We talk about what is out there that is causing the trouble and how we can fix it. And Tuesday, we can fix a lot of broken parts. A lot. Jolene, who's up next? We've got Patrick Rush 2112. I tell you what, I've seen Rush twice live. Massive performers. He's done a $19.99 super chat donation. And he says, I voted. Number one. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for voting. He says, I can proudly say I've never voted for a Democrat. I'm very proud of you for that as well. Neither have I. Reagan was my first vote. He was also my commander-in-chief. Semper Fi, man. Semper Fi. He says, I'm going to drink a shot when I see you drink one. Bottoms up. Say, hi, Carrie, for me. Hi, Carrie. This is from me and Patrick Rush. Patrick Rush. Hi, Carrie. Time to wake up. I hope you go to vote. And I love the fact that these fucking Democrats are putting out commercials saying, don't vote for Trump the way your husband told you to. Don't do it. Vote for what you want to do. And we all know you want to vote for Kamala, don't you? And men, they had another emasculated male commercial where the guy actually has his two pals. He's like, let's make America great again, guys. And they're wearing flannel and they look all macho. And then each of the guys, they go to their voting booth and they look at each other and kind of give themselves a gay wink, like, oh, yeah, we actually like Kamala. And then they get done. They go, good job, boys. Feel patriotic? And they're like, yeah, we feel patriotic. They go from being these macho guys to these low T, low IQ, sissified wimps. Unbelievable. Some of the smartest, most powerful women are women that are conservatives because they've got brains in their head. They can make a coherent argument, debate. Yes, they're master debaters as well. And it's great to hear. And I know they're pro-beaver as well. Couldn't help it. I had to bring up the beaver. Anyways, hi, Carrie. And thank you, Patrick, very much. Great support, great super chat, great topic. And Semper Fi to you, man. I'm glad that Reagan, you got to serve with him as your commander-in-chief. I did as well, very briefly, but still, I swore my oath at the MEPS, and then as a United States Marine, I served under Reagan, as brief as it was. Thank you, Jolene. Who is next? Man, who is next? We got more to talk about, and it's Inigo Montoya. He's back with another $4.99 super chat. And he says, plenty of room for common sense at the Red Party. The Red Party meaning the Republican Party. Self-evident means that something is so obvious that it doesn't require proof or explanation. Name it, right? Some things are self-evident. Freedom is superior to slavery. It is self-evident. Do you want to make decisions for yourself and think for yourself? Or do you want someone else to do it to you and to take from you, right? To be ignorant and not think for yourself and just allow someone else to do it for you, right? It's self-evident. Free speech is how you get there. If you don't have free speech, you're not free. If you can't worship as you see fit, if you're forced to worship someone else's religion, like climate change religion, that's a religion. Abortion religion, that's a religion, right? Self-evident. The right to self-defense is self-evident when you think about it. The right to self-defense is somebody is trying to destroy you, your family, your country, take away your rights, your property, your freedoms, everything. You have a right at every level, whether it's a foreign government or a burglar who wants to kill you and take your shit. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I need to stand up for myself and protect others. All the gun is a tool. It's a tool. That's why the Second Amendment is about the right to keep and bear arms. whether your arms is a pitchfork or a rake or a hoe or a shovel or a bat or a crowbar, anything that is available, you should be able to use as a tool of self-defense, whatever you can afford. And that included cannon. And you can still own a cannon legally. Right, Joe Biden? Moron. Anyways, Joe Biden, like Mark Cuban, has been told no more talking about the election. You are to shut up. Right? Because Mark Cuban insulted women, saying you can't be strong and intelligent and vote for, don't vote for Trump. Don't, dumbass. And then Biden called us garbage. Fuck you, Joe Biden and Jill, Panda Eyes Jill, and Hunter, crackhead, cocaine head, stripper, screwing, child support not paying, drug using, drug weighing. I can't name all the guy's crimes. Shakedown artist, blackmail, bullshit, extortionist. Good golly, self-evident. Yeah, hey, look at this. It's the party of the Democrats, the party of anti-America, the party of crime. They're self-evident. Thank you, Inigo Montoya. Jolene, who's up next? What are we going to talk about? Super chat button, Arizona unplugged, and God bless Arizona. It's going Republican this election. You guys are out there voting for Trump. Charlie Kirk has been in Arizona. He and his wife voted Trump. I don't think she voted Kamala because it was a secret ballot. I think she voted for Trump. Arizona, Charlie Kirk out there just stomping it. Carrie Lake out there fighting for rights and liberty. Beautiful. Arizona Unplugged says, is that unpainted Arizona? No, Arizona Unplugged. Just want to say we love you here at the new homestead. Oh, I know who this is. This is Backcountry Prep. This is Vaughn. This is his other channel, Arizona Unplugged. Check it out. He says, just want to say we love you here at the new homestead. Sitting here with Karen and William watching the zoo together. Little William, man. I remember when he was just born. I remember when Vaughn was dating Karen and he was sneaking across the Mexican border because she owned her business in Mexico. I don't know if he was sneaking, but then he ended up marrying her, ended up having William. Congratulations. Much love. Much love. Thank you, man. God bless you. Love you, Vaughn. You crazy bastard. You're the best, man. And thank you for always, Vaughn, checking up on me as well. I appreciate the private messages you send me. I got the same phone number. That never changed, man. I'm always here. All right, let's continue if we shall. Who's up next on the Prepared Mind channel? It is Dan, the man, Erickson, and he's back with a $5 super chat. And he says, I have two great uncles that fought in World War II. Both lived, and my dad was in the Korean War. That's incredible, man. That is incredible. That is amazing. They both lived through World War II. Folks, World War II was a shit show and a mess. The whole world was at war. We could have World War III. Now, Korea, the Korean War. The Korean War was about stopping communist aggression. And now Korea is split into North and South. Communism up north, capitalism, free markets down south. Korea, you wouldn't believe in America how important Korea is to us. The Korean people are great. They're hard workers. They love this country, and they know and respect and love us, the United States, and our veterans, our military, for protecting them from continuing communist aggression. The Koreans fought. We fought with them. Some great Marine Corps history is up there in Korea from the Korean War. My grandfather fought in World War II in the Navy. My Uncle Butch, fought in Vietnam as a Marine. It's incredible when you got patriotic Americans, whether they're veterans or not, whether they're sportsmen, whether they're businessmen, it doesn't matter. When you got good Americans in your family, you can look up to them. And folks, I look at my son. My son, Lucas, is an incredible young man. And it makes me proud looking at my ancestors, looking at my sons, and knowing that they're capable of such greatness. They're capable of such greatness. It makes me proud looking back and looking forward as to what you and I can do with this election, this coming election, going and voting for Trump. So many people love him to death. Other people, they couldn't care less. They just want this country saved. And that's what we're after, is saving our republic and giving the world, once again, a distinct country based on freedom and liberty for the people, so that the rest of the world also has hope for themselves and their futures. Otherwise, we go back to neo-feudalism and socialism, communism, fascism, the worst types of government that destroy and kill, enslave, use, all for the benefit of a very few people. Now, remember this, folks, do not forget, if Trump wins, all these leftist bastards need to leave the country, and we need to remind them every fucking day. Pick one, pick two, pick 5, and tell them to leave every single day, whether it's Oprah or Bill Gates. I think he's going to leave because he's afraid of being prosecuted. Fucking every last one of them. I can't name them. There's so many of them that said, I'll leave the country. I'll leave Good, get out. Leave now. Leave now. Taylor Swift, get the fuck out. Harrison Ford, leave. Do it. Right? Indiana Jones was a character. You ain't him. All right. Thank you, Dan the Man. Jolene, who is next? As we roll on through the Sunday before the election. Sunday Night Live. And we got Crunch a Bunch of Candy. Say it. Crunch a Bunch of Candy with the $2 super chat. He says, equal time for all. Where is ham ass? FCC rules. Equal time is what he's talking about. That's right. Once again, my hand is not in the pig's ass. It's right here. Are they coming after the pigs? Actually, we are. We love bacon. Not the bacon. That's right. We love bacon. As Americans, we love our say it, pork chops and tenderloins. That's right. And spam. We love the spam. Folks, we need protein. And trust me, that's right, trust me. There's lots of pigs. We're eating the pigs. We're not eating the cats. We're not eating the dogs. We might. No, I won't say that. I won't say it. Not eating the cats, not eating the dogs, not eating the squirrels, not eating the raccoons. I don't know about this eating the beaver thing. No, we don't. No. But pigs, yes. I'm sorry to say. That's right. Equal time FCC rules. Anyways, thank you, Crunch a Bunch of Candy, for reminding me that we have to have equal time. And speaking of equal time, Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live. They had Kamala come on, and guess what she did? She plagiarized the Trump appearance, the Trump skit. They just used the entire Trump skit, only put Kamala in it. But they did not offer Trump the opportunity to come on. Equal time. They've actually violated the rules, election rules, broadcasting rules. They needed to give equal time to both candidates, and they did not. I hope they pay a nice, fat, hefty fine. I would like to see an entire overhaul of the network broadcasting system. I think that they should break up the monopoly control that the very few, there's a handful of families, I think it's 5 or less now, own all of the media in the country. All of the media in the country is owned by just a handful of families, very rich, very wealthy families, whether it's radio, television, or the corporations that own them, newspapers, and big tech social media. They're all owned by just a few, folks, just a few. And they don't like you. So that's why you and me, all of us, need to go vote. All right, we're rolling up on the 90-minute mark, folks. Woo! It's been a while. I am tuned up. Tuned up. I'm excited about this election because, folks, it's time to shit or get off the pot. We either fix this fucking country or it's going to go to hell in a fucking handbasket quick. Either way, we're going to solve some problems. I may have been waiting for this moment, this time in life, my whole life, to either see the end of it or to fix it. One way or the other, I'm prepared as I can be. I'm in the place I need to be, surrounded by the people I want to be with, and talking to all of those that I love, and that is you. Free America. Share the internet address. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Who is up next, Jolene? Who is it? Who's got something to say? And it's Jace1701. It's my friend John again, and he is back. Back again. Woo! With another $50 super chat donation. John has been behind the scenes like you guys can't believe for many years. Been behind the scenes, supporting this channel, supporting me. And I never forget all of you out there, right? We've got great people. Great people. We've got Bonnie Blue's been behind the scenes for years. Uman's been behind the scene for years. Jolene's been behind the scenes. Dr. John, the other John. Got a bunch of Johns, right? We've got Chin Music. I almost said his real name. Sorry about that, but I didn't, right? We've got Cottage Farm. We've got Maryland. We've got Boomer. We've got, Dan the Man, who's been, right, as of late, just been huge supporting this channel. And we've got everybody. I know I just blew it. Blue Cord Devil is going to get mad at me. I didn't mention him. There's so many of you. It's hard to do it. It's hard to say. Drawing a blank. Too many of you are here every single week supporting everything we do for freedom and liberty. This week, it's Vote Trump. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to read John's comment. Semper Fi, man. Semper Fi to all of you. Everyone, whether you've contributed $1 or $50 or $500, like we got Steve Conley over in the UK. We've got Bob Hunter up in Scotland. We've got Vincent Boyle in Belfast, Ireland. We've got, holy crap, down under in Australia. We got Remy Marsh in Netherlands. We got Carlos Granados in Mexico. We've got people as far south as Argentina. Good golly, I got to just drink this. Here it is, man, down the hatch. It's all of you guys. It's all of us versus all of them, and they're the bad guys, not you, not me. They're the bad guys. We're the good guys. Semper Fi, always faithful. God bless America and our Constitution. Wet my whistle. Good golly, Miss Molly. So he says, seriously, though, with Ron Paul as part of Trump's team, this is the greatest chance we'll ever have to reduce the size of government. God bless you, John, and may God continue to bless us all, especially this coming Tuesday. Vote, hashtag Make America Great Again, MAGA, Semper Fi. I tell you what, I was shocked. When Elon Musk said he was going to be part of the Trump campaign to protect and make America great again. I was shocked when Robert Kennedy Jr. was brought on to cover health, vaccines, chemicals. He's talking now about getting fluoride out of the water right away. This is a beautiful thing. I was shocked that Tulsi Gabbard has dropped the Democrat Party, loves America. I'm like, great. I know she's not a huge Second Amendment proponent. She needs to be taken out to the woodshed on that one. She needs to be given some history lessons, but she is for America. I was shocked at that. And now I'm shocked that Ron Paul says, tell you what, I got some ideas to fix this country. The support behind Ron Paul was tremendous. It scared the fuck out of the Republican Party years ago. Years ago, they were scared to death that Ron Paul was going to get the nomination. He was old, but the youths were behind him. They wanted to see the Federal Reserve audited. They wanted to see the Federal Reserve taken down. There's no reason to have a Federal Reserve. Why? The U.S. Treasury, they can print the money. They can do the electronic digital digits. They can be in charge of that big ass motherfucking pile of gold. Over 8,000 tons of gold in Fort Knox. This country has massive gold reserves. There's supposed to be an enormous amount of gold in the Grand Canyon, just sitting there. Those mountains eroded away, just gold just sitting there. Is it real? I don't know. Don't know. Russia has stockpiles of gold. Now they're stockpiling silver. Right? China is the biggest miner of gold on the planet, as well as they're buying gold everywhere. They're buying gold everywhere. This is pure cardboard gold right here. If this was real, folks, I could sit here all day and drink the best scotch and talk to you guys and never run out. Anyways, yeah, Ron Paul. Beautiful thing. I love it. That is the libertarians. Tulsi Gabbard represents the pro-America Democrats. Kennedy represents people who are interested in health. And Trump represents people who have had it with the establishment, the swamp, the deep state, the scumbags, the anti-Americans, the fucking liars. Anyways, this is turning out to be crazy. There's your November surprise right there. He came into the picture on November 1st. This is incredible, folks. I can't see how someone as dim-witted as Kamala Harris can win an election. She makes Biden look like a good candidate. Look, Benny Johnson, if you guys know who Benny Johnson, he's kind of like Charlie Kirk. All right, he's kind of like the Tim Pool, only he does his broadcast. Charlie Kirk and Benny Johnson get out there. He went to a Kamala Harris rally. And he walked in and he did a big joke. He posted it on X. And he said, I don't know if Trump can win this. This is incredible. Kamala has dozens of people here at this event. It was a fucking joke. She had like 3 or 4 dozen people, folks. That's 50 or less in a room. And he walked in, looked around, wasn't saying anything, wasn't interrupting. Camel Toes wasn't talking yet. And someone noticed him, recognized him, called the police. He hadn't done anything wrong. But he made fun of it, all right? He was like, look at this line to get into Kamala's event. And there was no one. There was no one in line, no one walking to the building, no one standing around, no one even smoking a fucking cigarette outside. No one. Or a vape, or a fucking joint, nothing, no one. And Kamala today got embarrassed yet again because someone asked a question that was not part of the script. She couldn't answer a simple question. She had to get someone and go, look, I need a question I'm ready for. She is that retarded. She literally knows nothing. Nothing. Woo! Okay, we crossed the 90-minute threshold, folks. We're in the 30-minute countdown, but I'll stay here because it is that important of a Sunday Night Live Zoo. We've got a great crowd, almost 400 people live. We get up there and it ticks down just a little. I'd like it to go to 400, folks. Internet address up here is how you do it. Email, text, fax, smoke signals, carrier pigeon, bow and arrow with a rubber tip, please. Shoot the messages, get them out there. Come and learn what is going on and what we must do. And what we must do today is vote. Go vote on Tuesday. Vote like your life depends on it because it just may. It just may. Veteran soldiers, veteran Marines, and I'm sure there are lots of sailors and airmen out there that are also America-loving veterans. Did you know that the Department of Defense did not make sure our fighting men and women got absentee or mail-in ballots. It's a fucking crying shit. I remember when they screamed and yelled, "You don't you dare disenfranchise the military." The Democrats were saying that they get the military vote. And that's exactly what they did. All the way back into 2000, they were trying to cut the military voting out, hide the military votes. And then they want to scream that it's disenfranchising Democrat voters. If you don't let them vote without an ID, now they're pushing that everywhere. You don't need an ID to vote. Vote early, vote often. What they're doing is they're using other people's names and stealing their votes. Stealing their votes. People are coming out going, they said I voted already. I gave them my ID, someone else used it. Well, if you had to show your ID, why didn't someone else have to? Well, you just give a name. Yeah, my name is Fred Galinkoff. Right? You can get your Democrat neighbor's name and go vote for them. Right? That's what I think the Democrats are doing, is they're finding Republicans, getting their name, and going and voting where ID isn't required. And then they go vote for themselves. These fucking cheating scumbags. Jolene, who's up next? We have Inigo Montoya, and he's back. He's got the hat trick 3 times in one show. He says, a moment of optimism. Share with us a few of John's picks for Trump cabinet spots. Self-evident means something so obvious, it needs no explanation. Some of my picks, huh? General Flynn for Secretary of Defense. Steve Bannon, Press Secretary. Ron Paul, Secretary of the Treasury. Who do I want in there? Give me a cabinet position, right? Secretary of State. Who would scare the ever-loving shit out of the rest of the world as Secretary of State? I don't want to sound too whacked out or anything. Just a few. I don't want to get ahead of myself with this. I really don't. I want to focus on the election. But there are good people. Now, here's the deal. Right? Here's the deal. All right, we've got the Attorney General's office. That is going to be absolutely huge. Who is going to be the AG? Who is going to have the balls to go after the deep state, to prosecute everyone on Jeffrey Epstein's list, to go after all of P. Diddy's scum, to go after every governor that has refused to uphold their oath of office and committed crimes? How about Alina Habba? How about her? She's one of the attorneys that will not shut her fucking mouth. She is not afraid of these people. She doesn't have balls. She is not a tranny. That is a woman. And she is dedicated to doing her job. Somebody needs to step into that role in the Attorney General's office and bring the Department of Justice and give it some respect again. Head of the FBI, right? I'm serious. These are bureaucrat positions, not just cabinet spots, right? Secretary of Transportation. I think Elon Musk could do that from his chair with one finger, right? But he's going to be busy with the Government Efficiency Commission, cutting government bureaucracy. That's going to be huge. Huge. Absolutely freaking huge. Vivek Ramaswamy, I believe, is earning a position in the cabinet. Secretary of State, quite possibly. Quite possibly. We need someone to go in and clean all of the communists out of the Pentagon. Think about who is the most anti-communist. I think some people need to get the call and come up out of Congress and the Senate. But they need to be held accountable. You will do what the president says. Right? You will do. You will not play these fucking games. Right? I'm tired of someone like Jim Jordan, who is an incredible intellect. He's like a dog with no teeth. He barks a lot and then he can't get anything done. Give him a job on the cabinet or within the bureaucracy at a high level. Jim Jordan could run the FBI. If he doesn't do it right, if he doesn't go in there and just clean house like the Hulk on a bad day, pissed off, Hulk mad, then you throw his ass out. You fire him. You don't play games with these fucking people like he did with Jeff Sessions and Bill Barr. No, you get him the fuck out. You do your job or you're done. I think Matt Gaetz would be great to bring into a cabinet position or to head the bureaucracy, one of them. He has caused enough trouble that he knows his head is in danger. Okay. Who else is out there? I would love, never mind Carrie Lake for Senate. Never mind that. Get her into the cabinet. She's smart. She's mean as a fucking snake. She's just good. I'd like to see her in there. Right? I mean, if Kamala Harris can be vice president, give me a fucking break, right? This government practically runs itself. What we need to do is to have the government clean itself up. Right? We need to get a lot of detergent in there and put it on heavy duty wash and get the filth out. Woo! Anyways, and you got your money's worth out of me on that one, man. I like I said, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there is a lot of house cleaning to do. A lot of house cleaning to do. There are good people across this country who could be brought up from state positions, even county positions that are better qualified than these pieces of shit in Washington, D.C., who have come there through the government tit route. I would like to see people come out of corporate America and take seats. Administration in the bureaucracy and run it. Not like a government institution set on lining their own fat ass pockets, right? But fixing this country, dedicated to America. I'd like to see that as well. But we're going to have our hands full just getting through Tuesday. Jolene, who's next? Who's next? Who is next? That super chat button up there, it's like Boomer right here. He's a famous man, Boomer is. You bet he is. He says the fact that they're already saying that the results will take a few days isn't a good sign. From 2016 and prior, electoral results were decided the same day. Therefore, a Trump win has to be too big to rig. It doesn't matter, Boomer. Sadly, they're going to lie, cheat, and steal. The media is complicit. They're already telling us pollster results. Saying Iowa is now Kamala's. She's got Iowa. She just stepped over the edge, and she's just ahead of Trump now. It's bullshit. The day before, the rest of the media said 10%. Trump owns Iowa. The people of Iowa are like, we voted for Trump. And the media is out there going, oh, no, she's pulled ahead in Iowa. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. But that's what the media does. They lie. They want to discourage people, scare people, dissuade people so they don't go vote Trump. What I'm telling you, folks, is Trump is stomping her liver. He's stomping her. Never in the history of this country, and since the development of the early voting system, never in the history of this country, Republicans come out so hard to vote so early because it means so much to us. And then there are people who want to vote on voting day. They're going to come out. Like I said, the gays, the blacks, the Hispanics, the Asians, the Native Americans. The moderate independents, the moderate Democrats, the moderate, and I'm going to call them moderate libertarians, right? I'm a libertarian person. I'm not a Libertarian Party member because they nominated a fucking communist. How the fuck does that make any sense? But the libertarians, are looking at Trump and going, we ain't never going to get a libertarian nothing if we vote for Kamala. All of these groups are voting early and voting for Trump. And we haven't even gotten to Tuesday, and Trump has the lead. Typically, folks, it's the Democrats lead in the early voting, and then they go vote some more on election day. Well, in this case, the Republicans are beating them all along the way. They have a margin opened up that is insurmountable in many cases. Because and get that, remember this, no one likes Kamala. She is less interesting than Joe Biden, less believable. She is nasty. She is dumb. And it's unbelievable to me that anyone could vote for her, but they do. They're out there voting for her. They're voting. Trust me, they're voting. And we need to stomp them, making it too big to rig. So big that all the cheating. I mean, that's one of the jokes out there is, holy cow, Trump has so much support. It doesn't matter how much they cheat. There's no way they can win now. And they're stopping them in Fulton County and the other 3. So there's a total of 4 counties that love to cheat. And guess what? They're fucking Democrat counties. It's not about winning the county over for the Democrats. It's about outnumbering the rest of the state of Georgia with their cheating. They've been stopped. Do your part and go vote wherever you're at. Even if you're in a state that is so red, right, that there's no Democrats. It doesn't matter if your state is so Republican, it's not even close. Go vote anyway so that Trump wins the popular vote. He wins the Electoral College. He wins all the fucking states. And it tells the Democrats, you guys lose. You suck. No one likes you. You've allowed our country to be invaded by 20 million scumbags who are eating the cats and eating the dogs. And they're raping our girls and murdering our people and robbing us fucking blind. They're running around literally naked, beating people, jumping on cars, destroying property, looting in stores, eating food without paying for it, even though they've got free money from the government, from Kamala. They're leaving Americans to die in North Carolina, Tennessee, and sending our money overseas to launder it, to pay for a war that we have to pay for. They're not paying for it, we are. This election needs to be a referendum on America saying no more shit. And that's why voting Trump is so important. You may not like him or you may love him, I don't care. But telling the Democrats what you're doing wrong and telling all the people that them, go fuck yourselves. You don't own this country. We do. We do. And you know what else needs to be done? Is they need to take corporations out of the voting system, out of supporting candidates, out of giving gifts to candidates, out of paying them millions of dollars to do a speaking engagement. If you are a bureaucrat, if you are a judge, if you're a legislator, if you are an executive, meaning president, vice president, governor, you don't get to make any other money, period. You don't get to invest in the stock market. You don't get to enrich yourselves in any way. If you want to serve the country as a public servant in office, you get nothing. You are a servant of the people because you love the country. You get your little salary and your little retirement, and that's it. And when you're done in office, you don't get any money for 10 years. You don't get to go to work for corporations. You got to go work at, I don't know, fucking lumber yard. You get to go be a farmer. Oh, yeah, you get to go pick lettuce. There, now let's see who wants that job. Let's see who wants to work for the people, folks. Who wants to work for the people? And I've heard the argument, well, if there's no money in it, John, we won't get the best and brightest. They'll be out there in their jobs, in their corporations, making great, good. Go make great American corporations and great American businesses. You think fucking Obama's going to do that? With what? What experience and knowledge? You think Kamala's going to go into the private sector and make money as a stinking, shitty, lying-ass lawyer? Fuck no. Who would hire her? Nobody. Nobody. Good God. That's all they do is they get in and they make themselves rich and everyone else, and then they get rewarded for it by the time they're out of their office. They're a bunch of fucking scum. They truly are. Jolene, who's next? Thank you, Boomer. Too big to rig. Vote Trump. Dan the Man Erickson with $5 super chat donation. He says, just cracked my 3rd beer. I couldn't do straight shots. I would hork. Don't hork, dude. He says, but I only weigh 145 and the hard alcohol gets me drunk too quick. I tell you what, I get like a big ass hot flash when I do a shot. Takes a few seconds, then it goes over me like whoosh. And then it simmers down because I weigh 280 pounds. I'm not a small guy. I'm 6'6", and I can hold my liquor. I can thank my dad for that. God rest his soul. I love you, Dad. Rest in peace, man. All right. Do your beers, man. Do your beers. But shoot, I've done I don't even know what I've done. 5 shots? Is it 5? Fuck, I don't know. Ooh, man, 5, 6. What do I got? He says 6. That's like, and you did 3 beers. You just cracked your third. Anyways, 1 beer equals 1 shot. So you're not far behind, man. And you weigh half of what I do. You can dodge bullets better than me, man. Anyways, thank you, Dan. You are the man. Jolene, who's up next? We're coming to the end of the show, but we've got a lot to talk about. And Dan the Man Erickson's back again. You were just here and you're back with a $10 super chat. And he said, if Kamala would have picked Joe Manchin instead of Tim Walz, they would have had a better chance. They are not the smartest tack in the box. Thank goodness. No, they're fucking idiots. Everything they've done, Dan, appears, I'm talking about the Democrats, it appears as if they were trying to lose. Picking Tim Walz, the guy is a Chinese sellout. He likes little boys. Apparently, he likes little girls too. He's a twinkle toed, lighting the loafer, dancing fruitcake, skipping around like a ding dong. I mean, look, most of the LGBTQIA rainbow crowd, shove it in your face, woke bullshit people already love the Democrat Party. It's the thinking gays that are over here on the Republican side going, yeah, I want to keep my money. I want to keep my rights. I want to keep my privacy. Right? I want to keep quiet and live my fucking life. Right? Gays against groomers. That's an example of people, a big group out there that will vote for Trump. They're stupid for picking twinkle toes. And Joe Manchin was this close to leaving the Democrat Party. They could have reeled him back in and said, Joe, you could be that guy that gets the moderate Democrats and independents into the vote. Nope, they fucked up. And maybe they talked to Joe, Dan. And Joe was like, you know what? I don't want any part of this fucking business. I don't want any part of this business. Joe has been pro-America when it comes to energy. He truly has. He's been pro-America when it comes to energy. Right? He's West Virginia. That means coal. This country's going to have to run on coal until it can run on natural gas too. I'm talking about power generation. It can run on coal and it can run on natural gas until they get all these nuclear power plants up. Even the Democrats are pushing for nuclear power. Even the green weenies are pushing for nuclear power because it's the cleanest, the greenest, and the safest. The amount of people killed in the coal energy industry is higher. The amount of people killed in natural gas energy industry is higher than nuclear. It's been demonstrated to be safe. 3 Mile Island, no one died. Fukushima was caused not by a nuclear meltdown and explosion. That was caused by a fucking tsunami that took out their backup diesel generators. They figured out that ain't so fucking smart. They're not going to do that again. And Chernobyl, which was a nuclear disaster, was a one-of-a-kind, really fucked up nuclear power plant that eliminated a bunch of safety issues and factors, and that's why it went to shit. These new ones, these new designs they have, start with safety, and they go from there. A lot of them will shut down without any power automatically. Safe, safe, safe. I spent the last probably 5 years looking into nuclear power. It is what can save our country and create inexpensive energy. Energy is everything, folks. Without energy, there's no internet. Without energy, there's no cars. Without energy, there's no food. We need food. Our standard of living in America, the United States of America, is based on energy, cheap energy. And that's why the petrodollar in the United States of America, working with the oil-producing countries and telling the rest of the world you need to use U.S. dollars to buy the oil, kept us at a very high standard of living with inexpensive energy. And what do we have? We have Biden and Kamala making it our standard of living drop as the cost of energy goes up. They killed the Keystone Pipeline. Day one of the Biden administration killed the Keystone Pipeline. Guess what? Trump said day one, he's firing it back up and starting it. What a great reason to vote for Trump. Fracking, let's do the fracking until we don't need it anymore. You do what you have to until you've got something better. You need to get something better first. All right, Jolene, let's do it. We got more super chats. And it is, folks, the Sunday before the election. And my friend Orlando with a $5 super chat. And he says, we need Joe Pesci and his baseball bat for Secretary of Defense. Semper Fi, America. God bless us all. We need it. And yes, God bless. I remember the Joe Pesci show on Saturday Night Live back when they were funny. In fact, Jim Brewer was the one who played Joe Pesci, right? And anyone who came to his show and pissed him off, he'd beat him with the bat. It was hilarious. It was comedy. It was funny. It was funny. It had Italian stereotypes. How about that? It was funny. The Italians thought it was funny. I got a guy working for me from Jersey, right? Funny. Got another guy who's from fucking, I think, Yonkers or the Bronx. He's funny, right? And smart asses, but funny. Anyways, Joe Pesci for Secretary of Defense. That'd be some funny shit, Orlando. Thank you, man. Jolene, who's next? No. Next on the Prepared Mind channel, it's Dan the Man Erickson. He's back. Woo! And he says, I bought 8 ounces of gold in 2022 at $1,850 an ounce. It's now almost $22,000, and I paid $14,800. That's a $7K profit in 2 years. Gold. This is paper, folks. This is paper. But I went to a fundraiser Friday night. And they raised money for a number of charities, including Wounded Warriors. And I said, I'm taking this bar of gold. They had a bunch of bars of gold. They hold it every year, a charity event close to where I'm at now. They do like a casino thing, and they do raffles and giveaways, and it's great. This is what I've got. I've got silver. And this is a United States Marine Corps silver round. And I still have the silver round that Uman got me. That's silver Bitcoin, which is funny as hell. Anyways, gold, folks, is now sitting just under 2,800. Last week, there was a huge sell-off bullshit move by the COMEX to try and bring silver and gold down. It's beautiful. They just cleaned all the weekends out. They're trying to get out from under their shorts. There's going to be a short squeeze in gold and silver. Dan, hang on to your gold, man. Buckle up. Everybody, there's going to be trouble this week. In the market, there's going to be trouble. Now, Trump wins, and it's decidedly a Trump win. Too big to rig, too big to even fucking argue. The market's going to react anyways. Folks, the banks, the Warren Buffetts of the world, they don't want to lose their ass on the stock market. Knowing that, Warren Buffett's been selling everything. People are selling off Bitcoin. They're selling off a lot. A lot of people are afraid that we could have a big crash, a big kaboom as a punishment against all of us. Well, the rich aren't, they're not going to screw themselves that bad, right? But they're going to try and chase all of us and hurt all of us little people. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try and sell everything, drop the price and everything, and buy it back cheap. They've done it. It's like wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. But holding gold is real. Holding silver, if you own it, you own it. They can take the price down, but you won't lose any ounces. It's what that ounce will buy. And it'll buy you a lot of security. The same way, that round, right? Ammunition, that's precious metal right there, right? Own what you need to get through these hard times. And at some point, it's going to be up to us to rebuild this mess. And hopefully it's sooner rather than later. All right, I think we got one more here. One more. I'm glad you got that gold, Dan. Hang on to it. Right? That $22,000 could end up being worth $100,000. They could revalue the entire system if Trump wins, if they get rid of the Federal Reserve and go to a gold-backed system. I did mention Judy Shelton earlier, and then I said, well, let's do Ron Paul for Secretary of the Treasury. Judy Shelton, if they keep the Fed, put her in charge of it. Get rid of Jerome the Attorney Powell. Enough of this lying bullshit. We need people to fix the system, not put fucking Band-Aids on it. All right. We got a lot of work to do ahead of us. Jolene, who's next? We've got, holy oh, man, Dan, you've been all over the place. And now with a $50 super chat donation, which means I go back to my good Scottish friends at the Glenlivet. I think their peat moss is absolutely delicious. If you're into a very peaty Scotch, you can go with the Glenfiddich. But the Glenlivet still has a great peaty taste, and just my favorite scotches. Dan, here's to you, sir. Semper Fi, God bless America. Keep fighting the good fight, everyone, and vote on Tuesday. Woo! And he says, hopefully praying we wake up Wednesday and Trump won and no fuckery in the middle of the night. That's what happened last time. The Dominion voting machines flipped. They cheated their ass off. Somehow Biden, who no one liked, I mean, he would get 200, 300 people at a rally. Biden would get 200 or 300 people at a rally. And they barely won by cheating. They cheated their asses off. There's video of them feeding box after box of Democrat votes through a machine. The same ones, knowing they're all Democrats. Republican observers are not being kicked out of those same voting districts this time. I pray they need to be there all night. Last time they shut things down. Remember that? Oh, we need to shut it down. A bathroom flooded. Fuck you, bathroom flooded. What does that have to do with shutting down counting votes for the president of the United States? Not this time. If you're going to shut it down, it stays shut down. There needs to be cops, lawyers, and Marines and soldiers there making sure they don't fucking cheat. Yeah, I don't want to wake up and hear, oh, it flipped. Look at that. Biden, I'm sorry, Kamala, right? Biden got 300 people at a rally. Kamala's trying to get 50. She's even less popular. There is no fucking way people care that much about Kamala. They're pissed at Trump. They're pissed at you. They hate America, but they don't fucking care. They really don't care about Kamala. It's just all they got. They're playing poker. They got 5 cards. They got a 3 of hearts. They got a 7 of clubs. They got a queen, a 10, and a 9. Right there. They got nothing. They don't have a winning hand. They don't even have a fucking pair. They weren't even drawing for an inside straight or nothing. Nothing. They got nothing. They got shit. She's so dumb she didn't know how to play her cards. Anyways, Dan, thank you, man. I'm really starting to feel it now. That one, I think, put me over the edge. Thank you, sir. I am feeling that one. Woo! And here we are. We're also 2 hours and 4 minutes over. Jolene, who's up next? Who wants to get her? It is Arizona Unplugged back again. $5 super chat. I'm telling you, Vaughn, Karen, I hope you two went out and voted Trump. I hope you made sure that it was Trump and that you put it in the thing and the thing counted the thing. He says, nice not having to count all the border jumpers running through our yard anymore. Karen told me to tell you we're doing tequila shots in honor of the R, and the R is the rsyndicate.com. They're trying to do the Q thing. They're trying to make everyone think the Q people are back. The Q LARPers, the QAnon types. They're out there trying to say, oh, they're doing the Q thing again. No. No. No Q. You go vote. You vote. The R Syndicate is vote Republican. Now you guys understand the R is for vote Republican. The rsyndicate.com. Vote Republican. And the R Syndicate was created by, I think, Von Kaz, who's the Italian hillbilly. He just got his channel wiped out again the other day on YouTube. Uman and me, we were the original R Syndicate, and Jolene, she was the tie-breaking vote. Anyways, Uman took the time to create the rsyndicate.com. And the rsyndicate.com is where you can go to find out how to prep, where to prep, the things you need to prep, how to can food, plant a garden, hunt, clean a deer, how to get self-defense. It's got all the prepping patriotic websites attached to the rsyndicate.com. It's not just the preparedmind.club there. It is everybody there. Everything. Garden, cook, food, self-defense, how to, everything. Arizona Unplugged, he is completely unfucking plugged. He is off the grid. He started, if I remember correctly, Vaughn, you guys started with, you're going to make a very modest off-the-grid home way out in the middle of God's country, Arizona. And then it's turned into off-the-grid paradise. I don't want to, that's your little secret where exactly you're at. But what a beautiful thing. I was off the grid in the RMZ. I'm sorry, that last scotch got me. Anyways, yeah, there's that limit. I just went over the limit. I will not be driving tonight. Anyways, Arizona Unplugged, Vaughn and all. I want to thank everybody, folks. Please go vote. Vote for Trump, because Trump is trying to save America from being taken over by these communist fucks. They've shot at him. They hit him. They've threatened him. They've threatened his family. They threatened all of us with throwing us in concentration camps, re-education camps. They tried killing us with everything they can. They've invited the enemy into the country. They pissed off and made enemies around the world. But this is America, and we are bigger and better than that, and we can get rid of the scum. And the first and best thing we can do is vote. We've waited for this for years. Since 220, we've waited to get back in here and vote for America. A vote for Trump is a vote for America. A vote for Kamala is to destroy America. Those are our choices. Those are our choices. God bless you. God bless America. Semper Fi means always faithful. And I will see you guys 0 dark 30.